Hello and welcome to Wingin It. And we are here with another tournament game. This one is from the Youngest Mannequin Madness. So we are back on just a base game and European expansion. So hopefully something I am much more familiar with and much more at ease with. Yeah, we're here in the knockout round. We got a first round bye as a result of our group stage record. So we're in round 2, but this is our first game. So it's a best of 3. We're going second here in this first game, and oh dear, I'm already wishing we were on the Oceania mats here with a Franklin's Gull in the tray going second. So we do still have house rules, so at the very least my opponent is not going to be able to play that until round 2, but yeah, I'm sure they will be able to make a good use out of that. So yeah, we'll see what we've got in our starting hand, and we'll see if we're still any good at this European expansion, or if too much Oceania has rotted our brain and made us forget how to play. So yeah, we'll let our opponent pick and then we'll see what we've got to work with. Alright, here we go. Our opponent's picked. So let's see what we've got to work with. And okay, we've got some good options here. Good options for the wetlands for sure. Edwin's Gull. Like to see that. Blue Throat as well, although Blue Throat giving food to the Franklin's Gull, maybe not the wisest thing in the world to be doing. But yeah, we got Martin as well, so these could potentially all go in the wetlands, of course. But let's not forget, we're back on the baseboard, so grasslands options may be a bit more viable. Certainly lots of egg space going on here with Blue Throat and the Martin, so definitely some options there. Of course, the Blue Throat is expensive, but yeah, you get whatever food you want, so being able to get food for potentially the Martin and the Edwin's Gull, and I mean Northern Macabe in the tray as well. They could very easily be a very, very strong engine on the cards here, either grasslands or wetlands, and I've got to say I do kind of lean towards the grasslands here. Food source and double tuck and draw with all this egg space is very, very powerful. So yeah, as I say, I'm pretty sure that Gull's getting picked up. Let's look. Oh wow, okay, 4 birds and a worm. So yeah, they've clearly got some good stuff to work with. I'm going greedy with the Gull as well, but yeah, pretty sure they'd be picking that up, unless, I mean, if they've got a Carolina Wren, we're going to be punching the air in a few minutes time. But yeah, I think these are the no-brainer. It's just about what have we got in the feeder. We've got some worms, so probably do something like that, so I could be sure of grabbing the worm. But how sure can I be of grabbing the worm? Definitely some worries that maybe they've got something like a flicker instead. So a lot of mind games, a lot of things to worry about here. How often is it you see someone grab a cherry turn 1? I feel like if you were going to play a bird that needed a cherry worm, you'd keep the cherry and then grab the worm, not the other way around. So maybe we do this. Maybe we leave the cherry and just grab that when it's there. In terms of bonus cards, I think we go Ethologist. That's a safe 2 points, guaranteed, pretty easy to get 4 or even 6. Paraffin Specialist, not quite so good, even if we do have the Blue Throat. Nothing else really to go with that. So yeah, I think we do this. It's going to be an interesting start. I'm going to have to decide how much co-op I want to give. Might depend a little bit on what they play and how many forest birds get down, what sort of food access they've got. But yeah, I think I can lock this in. And like I say, look to grab that mockingbird. Hopefully it is there. Hopefully they're not going to pull a Carolina Red on me, because that is just going to be very, very strong. Wherever it goes, we've got time. And maybe we can just play the Blue Throat, lay some eggs, get a bit of food. Okay, well, now Barn Swallow comes up. That's probably better than the Mockingbird, to be honest. Purely based on cost. So, yeah, I can definitely see myself getting that Swallow down a little bit quicker than the Mockingbird. So, kind of annoying. But I have to block that. And also, I suppose as well, actually, I suppose if they're going Franklin's Gull, Swallow's better for them because They might not have a tuck and draw. This functions for me, I would say, probably the same as the Mockingbird, whereas for them, Mockingbird might actually not be quite so good for them. So, yeah, we've got a lot of good options here. But the challenge is going to be getting them down as quickly as possible, but also in a way where we're maybe not giving out too much free food and helping too much our opponent, because I hate giving out food early. So I like a blue throat, don't get me wrong. Food early, especially in the grasslands, is great, but yeah, food early is great, and that's the takeaway for your opponent as well. It can save them so much time, save them turns early on, which is definitely a worry. So we'll kind of see what our approach is going to be, but we definitely want to rush as many of these birds down as quickly as we can. Alright, back onto us, and the Mockingbird is still there, so Gnatcatcher's gone down. They clearly ummed and ahed and thought about whether to pick that up, which is definitely interesting, but I need to grab this berry, so there's a very real risk now they've played their forest bird. That berry goes. And if it goes, then everything is over, because I can't play this blue throat, so I do have to take this now. And yeah, we've got options. Definitely got options. I can definitely see myself maybe getting this Edwin Gull down before I draw cards, because actually, if I can save myself turns, drawing cards, spend more turns in the grasslands, laying eggs and scoring lots of points, that is going to be better. So maybe, I mean, they've got a lot of cards. They kept a lot at the start. They're going to need a lot of food to get all this down. They're of course going to need some food for the Gull as well. So maybe they don't have time. Maybe they don't have time to pick up the Mockingbird, and so maybe I can use time on my side and just leave it. Because they've already left it once. And I think my approach normally is, if someone leaves a bird once, they're more likely to leave it again, and maybe it is just going to get left there until I come to draw cards. So yeah, I could definitely play the blue throat and legs twice and just get the food for the Gull. So Condor going down. I didn't expect that, but maybe just looking at the send around. And a cheap bird to go with it. So I think it's very tempting to pick up that Mockingbird, but I think it's just the allure of getting so many more cards. Of course, if we draw cards now, we just get one. But we play the Gull, we're just going to gain so many more cards, and we get a point through the Gull power as well. So it's do you value a Mockingbird versus 3 or 4 other cards that can then be cycled. I think I'll take the risk. I'll take the risk and leave it, because like I say, I think if you've got something worth copying, I think if you want that Mockingbird in my opponent's position here, you pick it up. So we do have time. We do have time to be able to get the Edwin Gull down. So yeah, we can legs twice, play the Gull, draw cards, and then lay eggs. And yeah, it's going to be about getting worms after that. So get the worm to play. Either of these two doesn't matter too much. And then another turn laying eggs, and we get another worm. We get the second one down. So yeah, we can very quickly build a 5-point grasslands then. I mean, if we can get that Mockingbird, potentially 7-point grasslands with triple tucking. So definitely tempting. But they're going for food. Really got to try and work out what else they've got here. But they've got their fish, so I think because the Gull can eat anything, I'm just going to throw fish at them, because if they're going for Gull in the grasslands and they're trying to find grassland birds, not often you need fish for those, so more often for the wetland birds. So just trying to think if there's another way I can do this. I could, of course, lay eggs now, get a worm, play one of these immediately, start getting the tucks and start getting the extra eggs as well. And then maybe there is a way I can still pick up the Mockingbird, but it does sacrifice some cards. So yeah, if I laid eggs and played one of these birds, I'll then legs twice more, play the Gull. Would set me up very nicely to draw next round. But I think I'm going to stick with my plan. I'm going to stick with my original plan. Because I think even if I did play one of these birds, I think I'd be skipping the tucks. Unless I just want to sacrifice one of these birds and start tucking those to pick up something like the Mockingbird. But Yeah, I think even just playing one of those and getting the additional eggs, I don't think I'm necessarily going to have loads of space for eggs. I'd rather, yeah, get the wetland bird down. And that is going to be a way of discarding some eggs. So we can discard eggs, draw some more cards, and hopefully put those to good use. So, I'll say we are going to be giving out some food, but if it can be fish for as many turns as possible, which is going to be this past turn and now this upcoming one. Hopefully that's not going to be of too much use to them, but I'm definitely interested to see how they play this round. Still got 4 turns left, so maybe... I feel like if they had a good grassland bird, that goes down before the condor. And I feel like I'd almost be tempted to put the condor in the forest here and get yourself even more food. So they are still taking food. They're taking more fish. Maybe they want to re-roll. I'm just going to keep giving them fish. So hope you're hungry for fish today. But yeah, we can get our order and scale down. So this could be really good. This could be really good. And to be honest, it kind of leaves us flexible. It kind of leaves us open. Because who knows? I mean, maybe we come into that second round and there's a chiff chaff in the tray. Then we pivot and we go wetlands and we have a great time there. So Order and Gull is going to go down. Did see my opponent lay an egg there, so maybe they've got another wetland bird. Maybe they're going to steal this end of round goal, all this fish that I've been giving them. But if so, then so be it. Well, maybe they're going to draw cards. Maybe they are finally going to pick up that mockingbird right when I'm ready to draw it. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll wait and see. But we have at least got our Order and Skull down. So this is going to be really helpful. As I say, we can throw an egg, see 2 cards. Gull will let us see another 2. So yeah, we're going to be looking at 4 cards. And of course, one of those last 2 is going to get tucked. But that's a point, so I'll take it. I'll take some points here in this wetlands. But yeah, the main commodity that we're looking for is cards, because if we can start getting this grasses going, start tucking some cards, it's really going to help score a lot of points in this game. All right, back around to us. My opponent did have another bird, so the crossbill, they forced that down. How many fish did they use for that? They might have spent 4 fish on that. Very expensive crossbill, but okay, they're going to be giving up some food. I mean, I don't need seeds, so it's not quite so ideal, but yeah, definitely interesting that they did have that second forest bird, but they've only been able to get it down now. So we are going to draw cards and, of course, take this mocking bird for sure. We'll see what we get off the Gull. Okay, well, some more wetland birds. Maybe there's still... We're just going to play all the food of expert birds without food of expert, but that could definitely be an interesting way of, yeah, maybe getting some more cards or just building out this wetlands a little bit more. So we'll pick that up, but ultimately it might get tucked later anyway. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, they definitely got strong forest going. Still got an extra card. I really want to know what that is. But yeah, I definitely expect them to draw food here. And indeed they are. And just get themselves set up, get themselves ready to go in that round 2. And yeah, we're ready for that Franklin Gull. It's going to go down. But I think, as I say, we are hopefully going to have a good setup here. Plan for the grasslands, but hey, if that chiff chaff comes up, or even, I don't know, even if a bush tit or something comes up, I could definitely see myself going wetlands here. Because there's potential for a lot of points down there. Whilst not giving out food through this blue throat. So, you know, maybe use the blue throat to get the food, get myself set up, but longer term, just go to the wetlands for points. So they took food, but they didn't use the crossbill. Very defensive when they've got Gull. So we'll see how that plays out. I mean, like I said, I don't really need the seed. I do need a worm though, so we're going to take that off the blue throat. They will get their chance to claim it themselves. And yeah, we are going to tie on the center round, so I'll take that. Certainly not too bad to get a couple of points there. So what have we got in the tray? Nothing too amazing. Storm Petrel's nice, but useless for them. Maybe the tit or the nuthatch, but I'm sort of at an advantage here because they're going to want to play their Gull. They're not going to want to draw cards first, so I can play whatever I want and always tuck and draw for it. So that is what we're going to do. Play this Martin. And yeah, to be honest, that Red Breast's nuthatch or that Great Tit, those could be good options. I mean, the Great Tit's got loads of egg space, so Definitely like the look of that. And yeah, helps get more food. I think it's going to be very difficult to rely on just this blue throat for food, unless I'm going to start copying it with a mockingbird and just go completely crazy. But yeah, that could be a risk here against this Franklin's Gull, so of course they play that. We'll go ahead and lay some eggs. And yeah, which of these do we go for? The advantage of the nuthatch is I can get it on much quicker. I'm now wishing, definitely, that they had given me a seed. Because it would make playing the Great Tit a whole lot easier. But I think for now we take... They could play the Great Tit very easily. I think we take the Great Tit for now. We can always go ahead and pick up the nuthatch on a later turn. We'll take our worm. Oh, there's the puffin. Talked about that earlier. Well, I don't think you're going to get many more fish from me, so maybe you should have saved them. But yeah, with that worm, we can always play the barn swallow and, like I say, get this grasslands built up really, really quickly. I mean, maybe we lay eggs again, and maybe we do take the berry, play the mockingbird, and maybe we just throw food. We are going to have a very strong grasslands, and it is going to help us tempo-wise to get this set up. So maybe we use that to advantage. So they did pick up puffin. Definitely expecting more fish. But yeah, I'm still curious what this extra card they kept at the start was. I'm worried it might be a Benelli or some other kind of big point bird, because yeah, if it was grasslands, it'd be going down before you lay eggs with the Gull, unless you really desperately want that puffin. But I'm not sure you necessarily do. So okay, we can play swallow, lay eggs twice, and then play the mockingbird. Or we lay eggs, play mockingbird, lay eggs, play swallow. I think I like the first of those more. I'm not going to worry too much about this in a round. I am qualified for it at least, so that is something. But yeah, I think I'm happy with this. So I think now we cycle the stilt and look for something else. I mean, if we can find, another grass and food source would be great. Towhee or crow would be amazing. Raven, of course, if you want to show up now. And we are going to be looking at two cards each time now. So we're going to basically be looking at the same number of cards as their Gulls. So, you know, there's something to be said in that yeah, we're building up something that can hopefully try and rival their grasses. But they are laying eggs and not really building out their grasses yet. So let's lay eggs ourselves, see what we find. Red start, you are clear upgrade on Great Tit. So we'll get rid of the Great Tit, and we're just going to find all the chickadees, and all the nuthatches are going to come up. But yeah, this could be very interesting. But for now, I think we just get this mockingbird down and keep going for eggs. And yeah, maybe I do pick up that Storm Petrel. It would be great for a big point play. Would be great for more cards. The egg space is not ideal, but we'll see. So Junko, okay, they did find a nice grassland option. There we go. Okay, so definitely not ideal. That is a very nice pairing with the Gull. And definitely food is good for them. But I don't know, they've already got a good food source. I'm kind of throwing food at them, so maybe I'd be more worried if that was a bush tit or something. But yeah, definitely good for them to have found that. So we will just keep trucking on. Piebald Grebe is definitely nice, but I don't think we can afford to keep it here. Black-Chin Hummingbird, okay. Just more co-op. Don't think it's what we this is what we necessarily want, but I mean, I could play this in the wetlands and then draw cards, and then that gives me the berry back. It's actually not a bad idea. Gives me a bit of egg space. I can feed it the berry and then, like I say, get the berry back. So that will then get Mockingbird down, and maybe even let me play the red star as well. But yeah, definitely when you're kind of only getting one food a turn, or trying to run a low food setup, these kind of birds, we get 4 points for a single food. They could be very valuable. So I definitely don't want to. Well, I was going to say I definitely don't want to play it in the grasses, but I'm sort of tempted to. I'm just not sure. Throwing 2 food at a over their way is a great idea, but yeah, we might be able to do something here and still build out this grasslands to be pretty nice. But this is a critical part of the game. This is crucial for my opponent for sure as well. If they've got good grassland birds, if they can get those down now and build out to 4 birds, their grasslands could potentially look very strong if they get, you know, another point scorer, another tucking bird, another food gaining bird. I'm sure if they drew this black-chinned hummingbird, they'd be looking at playing it. But yeah, if they can build this out, it's looking good. But at the moment, definitely low in terms of point generation compared to my engine. So we'll see how they build it out and how much egg space they can get, because with this mockingbird as well, we're looking pretty good for that 3rd end of round goal. And back around to our turn, my opponent has been laying eggs, so they don't have that extra grassland bird to play yet. I'm definitely interested to see if they are going to play this puff in this round just for the end of round, or if they have found something else. But I think regardless, I like this idea of the black-chinned hummingbird in the wetlands, so we are going to do that. And like I say, we can draw cards now. Stock up on cards. We'll get 3 more. And a point on the Gull. And then get the berry to play a mockingbird in the grasslands. Get something really, really strong going there. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how I should really be approaching this. I think my brain is telling me to use the mockingbird to copy the sucking powers, but in all honesty, I might have to play risky here, and maybe copy the blue throat and get a bit more food. It just sort of depends, I think, what I draw this turn and what these tucking birds can get me. But yeah, the thought of being able to lay 4 eggs and also get 3 tuck cards, definitely appealing. Definitely appealing. So we'll see. It might depend a bit on what I draw here, of course. If I do find that extra food source in the grasslands, like that Towie or that crow, I'll certainly be feeling a whole lot better about being able to play this mockingbird and copy the sucking powers. But yeah, kind of remains to be seen. So they're still laying eggs, which I'm fine with, because they're not playing big point birds. Maybe a forced puffin is going to come, and maybe they're going to use some berries to do that. But we are going to draw cards here. Clark's Grebe. I will take that. 5 points for 1 food. Very nice. Do I want any of these? No. But I didn't particularly want that either. So we'll take a berry. Draw 2 from the deck. Okay, European Goldfinch. When they are tucking with the Junco, I think... yeah, I think we take that. I think that's a no-brainer. So definitely want to be getting that down. More egg space as well. So yeah, definitely got some use there. But yeah, Clark's Grebe as well I look to play. But I'm not sure about this Woodpecker. But to be honest, you always need 1 card that you don't want to play when you're tucking like this. So Red Start, the longer it goes on, the less likely I am to play that. But I would like to keep it just in case, because it is an easy bird to play. And if I do find myself with lots of cards, I can always get that down and look at getting 3 food in the forest. But yeah, I think at this point I do just throw food at my opponent, because like I say, they got a strong forest. So the amount of food I'm giving them is not saving them that many turns in the forest. Okay, Eastern Imperial Eagle. So that might be what they kept at the start. But they didn't fully use the power there. They only did 2 tucks, so good news, they missed out on a point. Bad news, these are 3 really good cards they didn't want to get rid of. So yeah, kind of does figure they would find something like that eagle. But yeah, we come into round 3 now, and we still have terrible trays all around. Okay, Cerulean Warbler going down. So yeah, they're building out their forest, and now I'm even more inclined to just give them more food, because their forest is strong. And when you got a strong forest on the other side, I think it matters a little bit less giving out the free food. So I'll be interested to see if they pick up this Theckless Lark. I think, unironically, could be a good bird for them here. They're getting seeds here, and they're discarding eggs. I think those are the 2 criteria that make Theckless Lark a viable option. But we are going to play our Mockingbird now. get that down in this grasslands. And yeah, got to be goldfinch first. So I think we'll be copying blue throat at least once just to get this down. But then otherwise, it's going to be copying the tuckers, get the fish for this. And like I say, as long as we can keep finding cheap birds to play, I think we're going to be okay. So okay, Lazuli bunting. Egg space becomes even more critical than it already was, because we're going to get some free eggs from this. So they are definitely looking good in terms of the cup nests. Okay. Yeah, their grasslands is definitely looking better. And how are they looking egg space in that grasslands? They've currently got 11 spaces. We have got much, much more than that. We've got 15 at the moment, so okay. Maybe this has to go in the grasslands, but I'd kind of rather keep that spot empty. If I can. Actually, let's get the eggs here. If we do get some eggs from the bunting, they can always go on the black-chinned hummingbird. So for now, can we copy these? Okay. You can still go. Well, you're a teal power. So you are basically 5 points with the ethologist in that wetland. So probably red start goes. And honey buzzard, okay. They only get 1 round of usage unless I do have the starling. So I'm getting some interesting options there. We'll take a seed. But I think we legs again here. Get the goldfinch down. So yeah, honey buzzard, you probably are the one to go here. Get the goldfinch down, and then I think I can do eggs, goldfinch, eggs, grebe, and then maybe draw cards next round. But maybe I can avoid drawing cards. It just depends a bit on the egg space. That's where the starling helps out for sure. Does have 4 egg spaces. So any bird that we can play that has 4 egg spaces is great, because when we lay eggs, we are laying 4 eggs. So if we can then follow that with a turn, making more spaces than we just filled up, we're looking good. But okay, how many points is this engine now? So they lay 4 eggs, they get 2 here, they get tuck here, but they lose points. So they're getting 6 points, but they're giving me 1. And that's soon to become 2 when I can get this down. So I think we do want to be doing that, and actually giving out seeds here is kind of okay, because they've got more than enough seeds, I think, to work with. So Pelican could be sort of interesting as a white power. But maybe if I had Puffin, I'd be more tempted. So Carolina Wren, that is an excellent find. That is a very, very good find. Because it's got egg space and it gives us cards. So definitely will consider playing that. It's basically as good a turn as drawing cards. Almost. We get an extra card and a food down here. And we get a point either way. And this gives egg space, so playing that in the forest next to the European goldfinch, I think, could be nice. I'd say with this ethologist in mind as well. Try and get some more points off of that. So we may have to play this in the grasslands though. And like I say, I really don't want to. But it still is ethologist points. So yeah, I might just do it anyway, just because I'm very worried of them playing a big egg space bird in their grasslands, or they're going to play snow bunting well to complete that game. It's just like that Spider-Man meme. I'll just point straight back at you with my own tucking pink power. So yeah, we will play it in the grasslands. They could have played snow bunting in the grasslands. Worth pointing out. But maybe they have got something else. But yeah, I think we do play this in our grasslands. And yeah, now what do we do? What gets tucked? That's the question. That is the question. I might be able to get away without playing this round, but this is the point where you count. You've got to count your turns. So 7 turns left. And it's probably a situation where 4 of those are laying eggs, and 3 of them are playing birds. So I can definitely see myself playing these 2. But then, if you play a 3rd bird, you then have nothing to tuck. on that final turn. So, and maybe no egg space. So yeah, Ren, as I say, will definitely help out there. But this is an interesting position because I think my goldfinch is better than their snow bunting here. So ordinarily it's the other way around because you get the tuck and draw here. But they tuck once, and I get a point here. I'm going to tuck 3 times potentially, and they still only get 1. You get 1 tuck no matter how many tucks the other person does. So that's definitely a nice position to be in. And there we go. We're going to get ourselves an egg. Are we going to get ourselves a tuck? No. Okay, they skipped. Interesting. So yeah, maybe now. That's the thing. They might have to now think about skipping. And if they skip, it costs them a point and a food. So I'm not going to be skipping, but maybe they will. So okay, let's lay eggs here. Let's lay eggs, and yeah. What do we get rid of? These are basically equivalent, I think. It depends how much the egg space does come into it. I think the grebe is safe because it is more base points. Just in case we don't fill up. Woodstalk. Okay, Woodstalk is very nice. But definitely expensive. How much do I care about that? Each food, I can think of each food as costing me a point here because each food I take is me copying the blue throat when I could have copied a tucking bird. So this is potentially 4 points plus a bonus card compared to the grebe's 5. And I think that I do like that a bit more. So I think that'll be okay. Hopefully I won't come back to regret that. But Hooded Merganser, you can definitely go. Savannah Sparrow, you are of no use to me. You've got loads of berries. Probably from me giving them out earlier. Let's give you another one. So I can indeed go and play this Carolina Wren. So yeah, we're absolutely smashing this end around. Actually, this could help. This Woodstock could help that final end of round, but I think given the whole approach here, which has been playing cheap birds for lots of points, or relatively lots of points, looking for those kind of plays, not really looking for those expensive birds, that might be a challenge. That might be a challenge, so we'll see. If Rem wants to find us Benelli, I'll happily play it and, and try and push the end around, but I do have a sneaking suspicion it's somewhere in here, because that would be another good reason, I think, to be skipping the Junko is keeping cards for Benelli. And they definitely did have that turn earlier when they played the Eagle. I mean, there's a chance it was maybe Cerulean Warbler and maybe Snow Bunting that they kept there, but you never know. Okay, they are laying eggs. Did they tuck this time? They did not. They're still skipping. Egg space is definitely a problem on their side as well. They've only got 5 left, so they are going to want to be playing some birds. We'll see how they approach that. We're just going to play our Wren. See what we find. Okay, not great stuff, but it's tucking fodder that we can potentially be cycling with here. So anything in the tray that we like? Mississippi Kite. Not great, but it's it's something. So I think we do copy the blue throat here and start taking the food for Woodstock / Kite as well. This I can't play, so that definitely goes. And yeah, I think we do pick it up. And it's dangerous. I'm going to have to take some fish. I know they've still got Puffin, so maybe that was the other bird actually they kept earlier. I'm pretty sure they've still got Puffin. They definitely picked it up. But I can't get away with just giving 1 fish, so yeah, just trying to plan out this final round is tricky. I think egg space is going to be a problem. We'll play the Kite. It's not great for egg space, but it's something. And then we'll be very tight, but we can then lay eggs, play the Stork, and then I think lay eggs one more time. And I think that's as good as we can get here. Because yeah, even if we do miss a couple of eggs, we are still going to be scoring points off these tucks. So we'll see. If they have a big end game, they could well be catching us. I feel like we have been in the lead for most of this game. 81 points is strong. it's definitely strong. And we'll see what this wood stalk can get us. But yeah, if they are going to play that puffin, if they have found some other big point birds and they can get all of those down in this final round, that could be their way of coming back into this game. But yeah, we've just had such a strong engine. I think the tempo early on, like I said, using the blue throat, getting these cheaper birds down, using the mocker bird as well. You know, when we've had that 7-point engine, it's been so good. Obviously, snow bunting ruins it a little bit, and maybe here where we're copying the blue throat instead, we're not quite getting all the points, but it's still a good engine. It's still better than what my opponent is doing here, I think. So we'll see how this endgame goes, but this could definitely swing one way or the other, depending on what birds go down. Alright, back around to our turn. We finally get our first goldfinch tuck. Please don't be because they played a Benelli's eagle. No, it's because they laid eggs. But they skipped the bunting, and there we go. The egg space problems rearing their ugly head, but I don't mind them skipping that bunting because I don't think I have much more space for many more free eggs to be coming through. So yeah, I think we do play this Mississippi Kite. I mean, it's annoying because now Tufted Titmouse has come up in the tray. And that'd be a very, very nice double play option to just save on the old egg space. But of course, to pick it up, I'd have to lay eggs now, and then I miss out on the eggs anyway. So I think I just suck it up because, like I said, I think if I play the kite, I'll have 4 egg spaces. I lay eggs, I'm then all out. I play the woodstock, I have 3 egg spaces. I lay eggs, I miss out on 1. I think they probably use the bunting. I think just given all their food, they're going to want to play birds. So I'd be surprised if they use it more than once. So if I lay eggs now and I miss out on 2 eggs on the titmouse, missing out on 1 bunting egg is the same as if I just play the kite now. And there's the additional problem of titmouse maybe not having enough food to play everything. So I think we stick to our plan. I don't think that's enough for me to sway. I think if there was another really good forest bird that I could play for cheap, that I could go and pick up in this single turn of laying eggs, it'd be worth it. But for me, not here. So we'll just play the kite. And I've been trying to work out in between these turns what the best bonus card would be from Woodstock, because there's plenty of good options. Omnivore would be a great one. Food Web, talked about it earlier. Got a couple of those down. And Bird Counter, got 4 of those down. Would be very nice. Viticulturalist, we'd max that out. Even Rodentologist, we get a couple. So that's not even mentioning all the obvious ones that you look for, like Oologist, Ecologist. We've already got Ethologist, so we're not going to find that. But I feel like there are so many good bonus cards where we're scoring at least 4 points. That I think we have a really good chance of being able to hit here with this Woodstock. So we'll see. It's always a gamble. It's always a dangerous game to be playing. Getting these bonus card birds down late on, because you've got no idea what you're going to get. But like I say, I feel like my chances here are good, striking gold. But equally, my opponent, if they do still have this puffin that I keep talking about, they could definitely be getting some good bonus cards as well. So they've already got 3. Having played Condor and Warbler, so that's definitely something to watch out for. That could definitely be helping their score out here. But we'll see. Maybe these late bonus cards, again, could be a way of swinging the game one way or the other here. And alright, back onto our next turn. They gained food. Alright, so we're not going to see many more bunting usages, I think, here. But that is big. They gained food. They still aren't using this crossbow. They played that, and I don't think they've used it once. It's very, very defensive, but I mean, they got plenty of food. So yeah, just trying to work out all of these birds. I think very deliberately not using the Junco. I've convinced myself there's a Benelli in here, and there's definitely a Puffin. So it's just a case of what the other bird they're going to play is. But they'll definitely win this end around. I don't feel too bad about giving them 2 food now because they just gained food. I'm going to copy this Blue Throat. They might not have a way of actually using this food now, so that's a bonus for me. But yeah, we will lay eggs. Copy this Blue Throat, so we'll take a rodent. We'll then do some tucking, and yeah, this is the perfect time of the game to draw stuff that you don't want. Although that Nutcracker fits into our cheap birds for good points policy. Could have been a good one. Maybe preferable to the kite if we got that a couple of turns sooner, but What food have they got a load of? They got a load of berries. There's not many birds. We need 4 berries, so we'll give them another one. And we'll use that to play our woodstock. So yeah, our points are looking good. I think we will get over 100 here, no matter what the woodstock bonus is. But like I said before, definitely want a good one there. Definitely want a good one. But yeah, this is interesting. So they have not had a big end game so far. They laid eggs, they skipped the bunting, but they did use the crow, or use the chunko. I don't know why I said crow. And that gave us a tuck, so they didn't get a lot of points. They got maybe 3 or 4 points from that turn. Obviously 0 points. Taking food. And yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think there was a prairie chicken in the tray earlier, so maybe they picked that up. Maybe that's one of their birds they're going to play. Which is definitely less scary than some alternatives. But there goes the puffin, as predicted. Was there a horned owl as well? I'm trying to rack my brains as to the other big point birds. I'm still convinced there is a Benelli that's coming down, but puffin goes down. We'll just respond instantly with the woodstock. Please give me something good. That's not what we're after. That is a big ouch there. So unfortunate. Unfortunate for sure. So we'll take our 0 point enclosure builder. So, oh dear. After racking off all of those amazing bonus cards we could have drawn. Yeah, definitely shame to end up on a 0. So they've got 4 if they do play a prairie chicken and get 5. And if they've got 5 really good ones and we've only got 4 points from 2, could be costly here. Could definitely be costly, but we'll see. Benelli as well. I'm just going to keep talking about it, but if they do have that, yeah, guaranteed 9 points. Not even considering the bonus card implications for it as well. So we just got to hope it's not that, but it very well could be. And on to our last turn here. What is going on? It is a horned owl, so my memory is not too faulty there. Please don't be a Benelli. But okay, we have to lay eggs here. No other alternative. So we're going to miss out on the 1. But like I say, we'll get our tucks at the very least. So again, not too relevant what we find here. And of course, skip on the blue throat food. So yeah, we'll see what they play. I mean, kind of interested. They didn't pick up that tuck mouse. They could have done a tuck and draw to play that. And if you had spare cards at the end, that's normally a good idea, just to get something down that might help the puffin bonus card. The only reason they might not do that is if they need all these cards. So, oh, we'll see what they play. I'm very worried they've got Rodentologist or Falconer. They might have Forester here as well, actually, although if they did, that's another reason why you'd pick up the Titmouse. But yeah, when you've got 4 bonus cards, I feel like your chances of having some good ones in there are definitely high. So what else did they play? I feel like it might have been in the wetlands. Are we going to get a sneak peek here? Or Trumpeter Swan, okay. So no Benelli, but big points. We're going to come into the final scores here, and I don't think we're going to win this. I think we're going to get pipped at the post. But like I say, just look at that. So many bird points. How are they looking on bonuses? Yeah, 13. I think that should be enough for them. We do have a bit of a mountain to climb. So eggs, we'll drag it back, but I mean, they've got a lot of eggs down as well. So 31 is good, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Not even with these tuck cards at the end. And it's close, but it is a defeat there, 112 to 106. So let's take a look at their bonuses. To be fair, they weren't great. So large birds, there's Food Web. They did have Rodentologist. And 4 from Platform Builder. So yeah, not the greatest, but not terrible by any means. If only this enclosure builder could have been something a little bit better. If it was that 8-point bird counter that we were dreaming of, would have been a different result there. But tough game always against Franklin's Gull on the baseboards, especially when you're giving out food. So I think we did what we could. They just had too many big point birds and got them all down at the end there. So it is a defeat. But as I said at the start, it's a best of 3. So we're not out yet. We're going to have at least 1 more game and hopefully 2 so that we can claw our way through into the next round. So if you want to see those games, make sure you stick around. Make sure you hit subscribe. And until then, thank you very much for watching.